Hi, it's me again. Lovdev, Bart Pager. Today's episode is 145 of a crazy little thing called Lovdev, and the title is Koi Believe It. Hello, people. Hello, everyone. It's me, your weekly comedy podcast, if we can call it comedy. I think it's comedy. How is everyone doing? Hope you're all well in the world, wherever you are, wherever you're listening from. The week just flies past. Unfortunately, it's going a bit slow for me. I've had 2 cancellations this week, Friday and Saturday. Unbelievably annoyed. Not going to lie, I fancied a bit of comedy. I need to get out of the house. I need to loosen up. I need to try some jokes out. Talking about jokes, I am going to do some jokes. I'm following this forum on Reddit, obviously. It's called Brum. And someone's put up a question on the Brum. I haven't asked for any permission, although I've asked them if I can cover this, and I'll send you a link once it's up and ready. Hopefully they will listen to it, but we'll have to see. Because I'm doing jokes. This one is joke related. I'm going straight into it. I ain't even messing about. It's been posted by somebody called Jezza. Jezza has asked, what are some great Brummy jokes or jokes about Birmingham? Obviously, I've wrote a couple. If you're Birmingham based, you'll get 1 or 2. The others are quite generic. Yeah. So I replied, shall I tell you my jokes? Oh, actually, I'll read some of the jokes that other people have put down. Yeah? Because they want to know what jokes make you laugh every time you hear them. So it's obviously Birmingham related. I've read a couple of them, and I feel like they've been stolen from other comedians who are not Birmingham based. More black country. Will see them jokes and you'll know the ones I'm talking about. One person has put down, why does the Queen have so many children? Because on her knickers it says ER. Sign in a Welsh toilet. Give generously. Birmingham needs water. I don't get that one. What's Birmingham got more than Venice? Canals. Nah, Brummies. That one made me laugh. Bin man, where's your bin, mate? The homeowner says, I've been to the gym. The bin man, no, where's your wheelie bin? Homeowner, well, I wheelie been to the pub, but don't tell the wife. I don't know why I'm laughing at that, because it's silly. Here's another one. Met another Brit in Japan on vacation. Told him I lived in Birmingham. Without missing a beat, he said, sorry to hear that. Don't think that's that funny, to be honest. A man returned to Birmingham to attend a funeral of an old neighbour. While there, he bumped into a school friend he hadn't seen for years. His friend asked, are you staying for the wake? No, he replied, just a couple of days. The best thing to come out of Birmingham, the M6, the M5, New Street Station, delete as appropriate, did 4 years in Selly Oak. I don't get that joke at all. That's terrible. That's worse than mine. 2 Brummies are chatting. One says, have you heard about this artificial intelligence? IA, says the other Brummie. No, you twonk. It's AI, says the first one. That's a black country joke, and that's stolen from someone that I know. 2 Brummies are fishing in the cut. One says, I think I've caught a whale. The other says, how do you know it's a whale? The first says, 'cause it's still got the toya in it. If you get that joke, can you tell me? Because I have no idea what that joke meant. Right, we'll do one more, then we'll do mine. You can always tell a Brummie, but you can't tell her much. Huh? Here's the ones I put down. So if you're Birmingham-based, you will get this. Prince Harry wouldn't visit the ghetto streets of Birmingham, but the lady would. Wait, you get it, but the lady... Okay. So I wrote that joke when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle came down to Birmingham years ago, and they they wouldn't go to Ladywood, and I thought there's a joke in that, and that's what I wrote. Yeah, I know. Who's a clever man? I know he's not a prince anymore, but it doesn't matter. My canal boat is so filthy, I wouldn't touch it with there. Here's the next one. West Bromwich Albion had to cancel a match the other day because they found an unexpected item in the baggies area. Whee! Although that is more Sandwell Black Country joke, but it's on the border of Birmingham. The medieval kings of the Midlands showed no mercy. I don't know why that makes me laugh, because it's dumb. This has to be one of my favourite jokes that I've wrote about Birmingham. I absolutely love it, and I think it's very clever. It does take some people a couple of seconds to get the joke. My mate is covered in villa tattoos. His favourite, where he stayed in Costa del Sol. That's my favourite Birmingham joke. Those who know me know I've got longer bits about Birmingham. Obviously, if you've seen my show Half Soaked, you know that I do cover a lot of jokes about Brum. Let's move on with... And I've got those sausage fingers again. Always pressing the wrong button, me. I'm trying to do the whole podcast without pausing, looking at things, because I just want to get it out of the way. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's late. My kids have got up late. It's a weekend. I've got to cook them breakfast. Do you know what I mean? I'm the dad today. I'll tell you one thing I've done. This is what I was meant to tell you guys. I think I've got OCD, which is bizarre, because if you saw my internet room, I call it the internet room. It's a right tip, honestly. I've got stuff everywhere. My desk is just awful. But when I'm in my house, you guys know I'm a clean freak a little bit. I ordered a carpet shampoo wash because my cat is just getting out of control. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm that annoyed, right? So I brought this carpet cleaning shampoo. Yes, this is what my podcast has come to. It's for pets. Well, it's to get rid of pet odors, and I don't know if it will stop her doing it. I doubt it very much. I thought, let me buy that. I've got another one, which is like a industrial one. Those of you listening to this know I've got that. Now I brought this extra one. I got it from this British company called Dirt Busters. It's called, I can't remember what it's called now. I'd have to Google it. Pet Pro. That's what it's called. Carpet shampoo. It's a stain and reactive odor treatment. That's what it basically does. Removes odor and dirt at source. Removes soil and urine if there is anything like that on the carpets. I got the Summer Fresh fragrance one. Wow, it's so good. Oh my God, it's absolutely amazing. I'm not like bigging them up, but they deserve to be bigged up. It smells better than the one that I'm using. I mean, the one I'm using is an industrial one. But this Pet Pro stuff, oh God, it's fantastic. You got to get it. If you got pets and you got a carpet and you want to wash it, get yourself a Vax, right? Refurbished, obviously. Don't wait direct. I don't know why my mate's calling me. I've told him, don't ring me. I'm recording my podcast. No, he's still going to call me. Why'd you have to call me whilst I'm doing a podcast recording, my friend? Because the phone's vibrating, right? And I'm trying to record this, and then you guys are going to hear... So basically what I was trying to say was that Dirt Busters, great, fantastic, a British family company, small company, I don't know, they're probably massive, but they said they're small. Big them up, brap. Maybe they'll send me a free sample, I don't know, but I'll tell them I gave them a little plug. I am multitasking here, folks. I said to you guys, I'm not going to turn my podcast off. I'm going to go straight through it. I'm just going to ramble on. No, I had to go and see the air fryer to see if the kids' burgers are made. I know, burgers for breakfast. Talking about food, I went to one of the best buffet places I've ever been to. The other day, I had a meal that I was invited to, right, in Wolverhampton. And there's a little buffet place called Cosmo. Oh my God. The food in the Cosmo is absolutely outstanding. I've been to a lot of buffet places all over the UK. I'll be honest, they're not the best. Some of them are not. I've been like, nah. I'm going to talk about the ones that do different types of food. I know you get like Chinese buffets, but I'm telling you, this Cosmo place in Wolverhampton, oh my God. I must have had about 5 plates of food. Everything is so fresh and cooked. It was proper rammed in there. Could barely get a table. It was fantastic. I'm not going to lie, I was talking about the food. I had to pause this podcast. I make myself a fish finger sandwich. I generally did. Do you know what I put on it? Sweet and sour sauce. Like the McDonald's type, but it's an Aldi version. It was one of the worst combinations you can ever have. Truth, am I the a-hole? Tell me the truth, am I the a-hole? Tell me the truth, am I the a-hole? Straight into it, no warning, nothing like that. That's how we roll on the crazy little thing called Lovdev. Today's Am I the A-hole has been put up somebody called DM Lives. And they are asking, am I the a-hole for suing my neighbour after their kid trespassed and fell into my koi pond? I hope the child is okay, first of all. Not sure how old it is. I'm sure we're going to find out in a minute. I can understand you're probably frustrated. Koi pond, koi fish, they're expensive, man. They're about $1,000 each, aren't they? Something like that. I don't know how much they are in America. I think this is in America. But they are generally expensive. I know people who own koi fishes and they're not cheap at all. Beautiful fishes, by the way. Let's see what the story is. He says he's a 22-year-old male. Happy birthday, mate. I have a koi pond in my backyard. It's just not any koi pond. It's a full-blown, professionally designed Japanese garden with a bridge, waterfalls, and koi that cost more than my car. See, I was right. He said I'm talking $1,000 for a single fish. Maintaining this pond is my pride and joy. I've put years into this hobby, and my yard is securely fenced with no trespassing signs everywhere. Enter my neighbour, Karen. In brackets, fake name but fitting. Karen has a son. Let's call him Timmy. That's probably his real name. He's 8 years old. Happy birthday to Timmy. Who is notorious for wandering into other people's yards uninvited. Sounds a bit like me. I've talked to Karen multiple times about this, but she just brushes it all off with, kids will be kids. Which is true. You can't change a kid. Last week, while I was out running errands, I got a frantic call from Karen. Apparently, Timmy climbed over my fence to feed the fish, even though I explicitly told him to stay out. I can't even say the word. I'm doing so, he slipped, fell into the pond, and destroyed part of my carefully maintained ecosystem. Several of my prized koi died. Oh my God. Due to the stress, and the filtration system was damaged because of the debris Timmy kicked in. He sounds like a right little, doesn't he, this little Timmy? Luckily, Timmy wasn't seriously hurt. That was my first question. Just a few scrapes, but Karen has been demanding I pay for his medical bills. No, mate. You don't need to pay for that. She claims my pond is an attractive nuisance. And that I should have got a cover or something to prevent the kids from falling in. No, mate. Before I read on, you don't need to do that. It's your property. It's your backyard. You can have wherever you want. It should be people or kids coming into your premises without permission. That shouldn't be in there. So she sounds like a right Karen. I can see why you called her a Karen. I argued that it's private. Yes. Fenced properly. Yep. And number 2, her son has no business being there in the first place. When I refused to pay, Karen lost it. I can imagine. Started bad-mouthing me to the whole neighbourhood. Calling me heartless and a terrible person. I've since filed a lawsuit against her for the cost of the koi, the damage to my filtration system, and repairs to my pond. Over $5,000 in total. Wow. Some of my friends think I'm taking it too far, saying, he's just a kid, mate. But others agree that Karen should have been watching him better. So he's asking, Reddit, am I the a-hole for suing my neighbour after her kid trespassed and destroyed my koi pond? First of all, DM lives, you're not the a-hole. You went into your garden, you've told him many times before, okay, you've got a beautiful garden, and that's what attracts him. Apart from the bees, you attract kids as well. Unfortunately, he fell in, caused a bit of damage, killed some fishes. He's fine, which is good, because he could have drowned. I don't know how deep your pond is. And secondly, Karen should be having a go at her son, saying, you know you're not allowed in his garden unless he says you can come over. No jumping the fence. You fell in. You've learnt your lesson. I'm going to have to pay for this. So, mate, you're not the a-hole. I don't know if anyone agrees, but you are not the a-hole. Tell me the truth. Am I the a-hole? No, mate, you're not the a-hole. One of my neighbours used to have a pond when I used to live with my mum and dad next door. They had a beautiful garden. Fortunately, their home got repossessed. And they used to have a tree house, right? Like, it wasn't like a proper tree house in a tree. It was a tree house built on wood. And I think the kid's granddad built it or something like that. We used to play in there all the time, man. All the time. And when their house got repossessed, and they obviously, unfortunately, they had to move out. I wonder what's happened to them now. I'm talking years ago. I'm talking in the early 90s when we had the first recession in the UK. It was pretty bad then. So before they left, this kid, I think his name was Tom. And Tom was like, no one's having this. No one's having my tree house. So what he done, he started smashing it up. So me and the other local kids, we just destroyed his treehouse. And they had a beautiful pond as well. They had like not Japanese themed, but it was nice. They had waterfalls and stuff. And that got destroyed as well. If this guy ever moves house, just call Timmy. He'll destroy it for you, mate. And then whoever moves into your old house, they won't have a pond or a treehouse. I'll be looking on the internet, right? You know what I like to do? Oh, that's interesting. I love a good, interesting story. It's kind of like a weird news story in a way. A little bit, isn't it? Yeah, well, yeah, it kind of is. So I found one. Oh, hang on. Before I say I found one, I should really be doing this thing, innit?
Oh, that's interesting.
This story, I believe it comes all the way from Ukraine. This interesting story. So in 91, there was a peculiar and heartbreaking story that gripped the people of Ukraine. There was a 7-year-old girl named Oksana Malaya. She got rescued after she was found living in a dog kennel, which was abandoned by her parents. How can you abandon your kids, man? Oksana spent nearly 5 years living with a pack of stray dogs and then adopting some dog-like behaviours along the way. She crawled on all fours, ate and drank without using her hands, and learned to communicate with her companions by barking and growling. Oksana was ultimately taken to a foster home where she was given years of intense specialised therapy and education, despite the fact she had barely spoken any human language until she was round about the age of 8. She picked up the language and then other basic skills quite quickly, but even though Oksana is now about 40 years old, researchers consider her level of development and intellectual capacity to be comparable to that of a 6-year-old. Oh, that's a shame. To this day, she still lives in a special care home where she spends most of her time with animals. She's like Mowgli, isn't she, from Jungle Book? Which I believe is a true story. The Mowgli one. Yeah, I think it is. The Indian boy who got raised in a jungle by wolves, and obviously Disney came along and was like, "We like that. We're going to turn it into a cartoon." Yeah, so I just wanted to do it because I thought it was quite interesting. As I said, it's...
Oh, that's interesting.
And on that note, I think I'm going to wrap up the old thingy-me-jiggy-me-me-jiggy with today's... weird news story. This story, I think it's United States based. Who knows? It could be anywhere. I am going to say it's a bit bananas. It's to do with bananas. Here is the title of today's weird news story. Banana duct tape to a wall bought at an art auction for 6.2 million. Banana duct tape to wall bought at art auction for 6.2 million US dollars by a crypto mogul who just plans to eat it. Somebody's paid 6.2 million for a banana that was duct taped to a wall, which they called art. And now someone bought that. Oh, man. If you're that person who made that banana, that idea of, I don't know what it means. What? A banana sellotaped to a wall. What? I don't know, man. Is that art? I could be wrong. Maybe it's art in somebody's eyes, but not in his, because he's going to eat it. Let's find out a bit more about this weird news. So a banana is duct taped to a wall, has been bought for 6.2 million. We know that bit. And the person who bought it is widely expensive new purchase. So the art auction took place Wednesday night in Sotheby's in New York with the mogul Justin's son. I don't know who Justin's son is, but maybe I know Justin's daughter. His name's Justin's son. You guys probably know who he is. I have no idea who he is. Anyway, he's pledging he's going to personally eat the banana. That's it. So the viral artwork initially garnered attention in 2019 at Art Basel, Miami. If it was back in 2019, so does that mean that it's the same banana, or is it a different banana? Because if it was 2019, that banana would be rotted by now, and I don't think this mogul dude, whatever his name is going to eat it. I doubt it very much. Apparently, the viral artwork based in Miami by an Italian artist called Maurizio Cantillan, and he's 64 years old. Happy birthday. He's the man behind the piece called Comedian. I don't think he's a comedian. He's called it Comedian. It was displayed at the Miami Art Festival, where one artist took a bite of the banana and one visitor vandalized the artwork. Who was the visitor? Comedian is a banana duct taped to a wall precisely 160 centimeters above the floor, and previous editions they sold for 120,000 to 150,000 US dollars. What? So this artwork, apparently, people have bought it. Are they feeling all right? Meanwhile, Sotheby's estimated the most recent edition to be worth between 1 million and 1.5. Why is it made out of gold? But as bidding got underway on the night, it shot up to more than $5 million. I don't know what's going on, folks. That's one of the most expensive bananas I've ever seen go for sale. Speaking to an auction house staffer, the auctioneer, Oliver Barker, shout out to Oliver Barker, he said, "These are words I've never thought I'd say. 5 million for a banana. It's your expensive banana, Jen. Don't let it slip away," he said jokingly. The price eventually ended up at more than 6.2 million, which we already know, with Sun soon identifying himself as the winner. And he even put it on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. "I'm thrilled to announce that I've bought the banana," he wrote. "Wednesday night, I am Justin Sun, and I'm excited to share that I have successfully acquired Mauriziano Catalan's iconic work, Comedian, for $6.2 million. What a bragger. This is not just an artwork, it represents a cultural phenomenon that bridges the worlds of art, memes, and cryptocurrency community." I don't know how a banana has anything to do with a cryptocurrency, mate. He added, "I believe this piece will inspire more thought and discussions in the future and will become a part of history." The winning bid was placed by Jen Hua from Sotheby's China office on behalf of Sun, who will receive a certificate of authenticity, as well as instructions dealing how to install the artwork and how to replace the banana. "I am honoured to be proud of the owner of the banana and look forward to sparkling further inspiration and impact for art enthusiasts around the world." This is what Sun said. "Additionally, in the coming days, I will personally eat the banana as part of this unique artistic experience, honouring its place in both art history and pop culture and your stomach. Catalan's previous work includes a solid gold toilet called America. The artist has said that Comedian was a sincere commentary and a reflection of what we value." Mate, you don't value anything. At an arts fair, speed and business reign, I saw it like this. If I had to be at a fair, I could sell a banana like others selling their paintings. I could play it within the system, but with my rules, he told the art newspaper. And that's the end of that story. It's also, yeah, folks, you can see it on your clocks. It's the end of the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great week, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you soon.